It's a Monday. I believe this is day 48 for me of making videos, which means for 48 days now, I've been staying close to home and almost completely revamped and changed how I do life. Today was quite a day, and I had so many reasons, justifiers, excuses that I could have totally labeled today as and been okay because effectively those things did occur and I could have allowed them to take me out. And this morning, when my alarm went off and said vitality, I thought, wouldn't that be nice? But I wasn't really feeling it. I wasn't feeling very well rested. My body's kind of sore. I'm up against some stuff, and I can feel it in my body. I know it in my mind. I can feel it in my heart and in my body. So as I'm fussing around this morning, and I don't know if you do this, but you know that you should be doing these things. And instead of doing these things, you do just about everything else that you possibly can to avoid having to do these things and then go, oh, look at that. I don't have time now to do those things because I wasted effectively all that other time kicking dust on the floor. Because the truth is, I knew I was in resistance. I mean, my knowing place knows that. But I somehow have fooled myself into believing that everything's fine and that I'm just having a hard time getting going today. Which is also okay, just noticing where I'm at, and just how many times I could have potentially taken myself out of the game today, and probably did. Just full up to here with the COVID-19, full up to here with the not knowing what to do when and how and all of that stuff, confused with all the data that's out there and feeling unsure. It says to open up your circles. Well, what does that mean? I have lots of people I'd like to see. Does that mean I only get to see one of them? Do I have to choose somebody? Just all the stuff that's really quite real to me right now because I'm unsure as to how to proceed. And when I check in with myself, I feel a bit out of tune around that. So it's no wonder I was in that sort of fussing place today. But I knew I was there and I wasn't necessarily completely conscious of it. It was just a background feeling. And so although I did some of the things that I was that I set out to do today on a daily basis, I knew that I was in resistance to taking a look at some things, and I hadn't journaled in a few days, and I knew that I probably was gonna, process some stuff through that, and so I was in resistance to that, and managed to get myself over the hurdle to finally encounter and engage that piece. And of course, stuff did come up, go figure. Feelings, lots of feelings. Feelings. Lots of feelings around here. I'm used to feeling, feeling's not new to me, but some of it's so gritty and unfun and in the vein of just continually deep diving in that pause place, taking a really deep breath and understanding some of the realities, some of my truths. And when it came to telling the truth and being transparent yesterday, that's fine to a degree. And there's parts of it that I am finding extremely challenging. And stuff's burbling up. And I sometimes feel like I'm choking and that I can't breathe. And so today, when I didn't have any internet, I don't have any internet till tomorrow, today my Zoom meetings and the things that I had commitments around would have been really easy to just push aside. You know what? Can't make it. Sorry, I don't have a way to get to on the internet. Now, granted, I do have data on my phone, but that could be quite costly. And I was, searching for reasons why not. And then I was like, listening to my meditation today, and it basically just another layer of truth came around, what are you willing to do, and basically just getting out of your own way. So I decided at some point in time, because it was like today everything that I do is of conscious thought. So when I'm thinking that, and I'm staying in that position, then when I engage things throughout my day, I'm reminded to be that, even though I know that I'm not being the vitality, that I know that it's in the background and I know that it's pulling at me. So there's a bit of a tug of war going on. And I'm okay with that because right now I'm grappling with things. I'm grappling with big things. I'm getting to know myself and my relationship to food. I have to really actually be very, very conscious when I'm eating, not to find myself 3/4 of the way in not having tasted anything. And it was a habit a long time ago. It was born out of trauma. I'm just peeling back the layer on that and getting to know that. And sometimes I feel like I should already know that. You should already have it done. You're smart enough. You're, this, that, the other thing, blah, 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 blah. All the stuff we tell ourselves. But I'm trying to be kind to myself, or more kind anyway, without lying to myself, because you know how that goes, right? It's such a slippery slope, and we're slippery, us people. At least I am. I know that for sure. And so engaging my day today was interesting, and I moved through it as best as I could, and I, set up my tower garden and put all the things inside of it, the seedlings that we've been growing. So I'm finally feeling like, I'm going to start to move towards growing my own food, which then ultimately I'm going to have to eat the food that I grow. And I think maybe that played a little role in the resistance and the putting that off into. And in fact, sometimes knowing my capacity, and my capacity around when I compete is just I get full. There's nothing else that can go in. I can't function very well in that capacity. So understanding now that is in the past, it's over, but I'm still reeling from some of the effects of all of the things that I'm experiencing because of the way that all played out. So that's interesting. So I washed my mom's car, which I borrowed a few days ago, to go to Whistler to be able to speak in the privacy of the condo up there, because at my house that isn't always a guarantee. So I wanted to set myself up for success around my speaking engagement on Saturday. And so today I was washing the car and vacuuming it and getting ready to go back. And at 3:15, I got hit by a car. I want you to know that I'm fine. The car has some minor damage, but it does have damage, unfortunately. And, from my point of view, someone pulled into my lane and hit me. So, and ultimately, as much as I want to go over it and over it and over it and want to be right about the fact that I'm not in the wrong, I don't know what I did to attract this. I'm not sure about that yet. I'm curious. But what did my daughter say to me? She said, do you want me to tell you what you told me when I got into an accident with that very car in that very spot on the front quarter panel of the driver's side? I said, okay, I'm ready to hear, impart my wisdom on me. She said, that really sucks. I'm sorry that you're having that experience. I don't know why you're having that experience, but it's obviously in your experience for a reason. Wisdom from a mother to a daughter, which is now being returned tenfold to me. So I'm not sure why I'm having the experience. All I know it's in my experience. And now I have the opportunity to take a look at why. And, potentially it was slow down, pay more attention. I don't know yet, but I'm processing that. And there would be reason number 742 today that I didn't want to come and make a video. That I was like, you know what? I give up, man. Like today, I'm just like, I don't care. I don't want to care. And it would have been perfectly okay if I didn't. But the truth is, I like being consistent. It means something to me. So I showered and I got dressed and I came here specifically just to say, I'm going to continue to do these things I'm committed to, even though it's painful, even though it hurts, even though sometimes I'm in resistance, even though sometimes it's joyous, even though sometimes I don't know what's going on, even though, in spite of all of that stuff, I'm just going to keep moving myself forward. It's the only thing I know ultimately is my responsibility. It's my choice. I don't love some of the stuff that happened today. I'm not, woohoo! Yeah, today was great. I had to laugh because this morning my predetermined state of being was vitality. The second state from noon till 5 was, oh, what was it? Celebratory. I got into my accident at 3:15 this afternoon, so celebratory. I'm apparently celebrating something. And then at 5 o'clock, the alarm from 5 to midnight goes off and says, pride. That's what you'll be feeling. I'm just laughing because I can. And literally, I think laughter has saved my life. Knowing and understanding some of the depths of sorrow and darkness that I have experienced in my lifetime, and trauma, major trauma. And if it weren't for laughter, this thing that happens when I laugh, when I find something that's funny, when I'm with my family and we're just being ridiculous, when I look at my granddaughter on a daily basis and go, oh my God, she is just so precious. It's ridiculous. And I laugh because it's good medicine. And I know that's cliche. I know that it's been said, but can you experience what that feels like on a palpable level? When you just take a moment and go, oh, what do you do with this life? You keep moving forward. Get up, dust yourself off, find something to be grateful for. Really, when I change my mind into shifting from, I'm driving a car. Yes, it got in an accident. My mom was extremely gracious when I gave her her car back. I said, I really don't want to tell you this, but your car's had an accident, and it was while I was driving. And she just said, I'm really sorry that you're having that experience. I wish that I could come over there and hug you. And just know it's just a car, and it will get fixed or it won't. And it's just a thing. I'm just glad you're okay. And that's the truth of the matter, right? I'm okay. My tower garden is 5 feet away from me. It's completely planted. The pump went in today, and it's being sprinkled with nutrients. And so I'm going to take a step further into understanding my relationship with food, learning how to treat myself better with food and with my eating, my consciousness around that, my ability to chew and actually tune into my body and experience when I'm full, and or tasting the food, like actually experiencing the whole thing. And so, that's my practice, is just to stay current and in the experience that I'm in. And whatever is coming into my experience is meant to be there. And instead of being in resistance to it and being angry about it, which I could have easily done so many times today and taken myself out all over the place. But the thing that rings in the back of my head is, don't break the chain. Don't break the chain. I have a really clear vision, and I have some stumbling blocks on my way there, absolutely. But because I'm so crystal clear that I am to live a rich, full life, and I'm dedicated to experiencing those things, and I can see it forming in front of me through my dedication to getting to know myself, through my dedication to honoring myself, and really coming to terms with the fact that that's not an overnight process. It's not something that's going to be switch on, switch off. It's a process. And today I'm in this part of it. And so for today, I'm going to allow myself the grace just to be exactly where I'm at. That's all we can do. I don't know what you're doing with your day 48 or whatever day it is that you're on, and whatever it is that you're doing. Perhaps you're still working. I don't know. But whatever you're doing, I hope that you're kind. I hope you're loving and gentle to yourself and others. And I hope that you're getting what you need. And if not, find the support, because support is such a major part of why we're going to come out of this okay. So much love out there. See you tomorrow.